Several years ago, a Christian journal published a heartbreaking story about an event that occurred in the life of one of Chicago's most well-known surgeons. As the story goes, Dr. Leo Winters was awakened one morning around 1 o'clock. There had been an accident, and a young boy was in the hospital. The nurses knew that it would take Dr. Leo Winters' skill to save this boy's life. So when he received the call, in fact, without any hesitation, Dr. Winters rushed out of bed, climbed into his clothes, grabbed his car keys, and ran out to his car. As he made his way through downtown Chicago, he decided to take a shortcut through a rather dangerous area. In fact, it was known for its rough gangs. But the risk was worthwhile to him because he knew there was precious seconds standing between him and the young boy's death. But something happened. As he stopped at a stoplight there waiting for the light to turn, a man wearing an old green flannel shirt and a gray hat suddenly rushed from the shadows, opened the car door, grabbed the doctor and threw him out of the car, all the while screaming, "I've got to have your car." The doctor tried to plead his situation, but the man was gone before he could even utter 2 words. It took Dr. Winters at least 45 minutes to find a phone and call a taxi. By the time the taxi dropped him off at the hospital, more than an hour had passed. When he arrived, the nurses shook their head sadly, saying, "You're too late. You're too late, Dr. Winters. The boy died 30 minutes ago." Dr. Winters was devastated. Only 30 minutes had been that length of time that he had spent looking for a ride because his car had been taken away. He asked about the family. The nurses told him, "Well, you'll find his father. He's grieving. He's in the chapel. He's very confused. In fact, he doesn't understand why you didn't come." Without taking any time to explain to his staff, Dr. Winters hurried down the hallway and he found that grieving father in the chapel with his head in his hands, and that father was wearing that old green flannel shirt, clutching a gray hat. In his desperation to get to the hospital, he had pushed from his life the man who could have saved his son's life. You want a picture of humanity? That's it. Rushing after life, racing after satisfaction and fulfillment, hungry for meaningful relationships and lasting commitments, hoping for some kind of peace and some kind of relief from guilt and sin, yet all the while pushing from their lives the only one capable of saving them. But for those who serve Christ, especially those in vocational ministry, never give up on them. You've got to continue to rush through the cold, dark streets, no matter what danger awaits you, no matter what people might say to you. Will some people throw you out? Yes. Will some people refuse to listen to you? Yes. But God's mercy is worth your greatest effort. You see, we've been given the cure for the disease of sin, and we know the divine healer that has the cure for everyone. So let me encourage you, no matter what the response, make haste, reach everyone you possibly can with the gospel of Christ.